I don't think it's a secret that coming out as LGBT in Latinx culture can often be very difficult. It was surprising for me when I felt safe enough to come out to my mom that she took it really badly. My best friends were bi and gay, and she loved them, but they weren't me. They weren't her daughter. It took a long time for her to get used to the idea. She still struggles even to this day, but she tries her best. That's all I can really ask for. I imagine that among the people killed at Pulse that night were people outed in death, were people that looked to Pulse as a sanctuary from the people in their lives who did not accept them, who were hurtful and cruel. I imagine mothers crying and questioning everything, from their religion, where their children might be, if there was a way they could have kept their child safe from this hate, or maybe even upset, trying to justify it in their minds. There are many ways to grieve, I guess. That's for the next video. 3 a.m., June 12th, 2016. As I was getting to bed, I saw a tweet about gunshots outside of Pulse. And I went to sleep thinking it was shots in the area, but not Pulse. Because it couldn't be Pulse. I woke up the next morning to find out what had happened and immediately thought of my best friend. And I contacted him, and as I waited for a response, I thought, please don't be there. It was Latinx night. It was Pride weekend. This would be the worst time to break homebody habit. He then informs me that he was the reliable homebody that night. He had an early morning shift anyway. He was safe. I received safety check-ins. I contacted a few other people. I waited for names to come up on the deceased list, refreshing the page over and over, hoping not to see anyone I recognized. Yet still, my heart broke on every name, even if I didn't know them. They were mostly people my age, mostly queers of color, mostly Latinx. They were people that shared that space with me at one point or another. I have trauma with violence and abuse. My identity has played a major part of the violence that I've experienced. One of the most minor things I can mention, when I was a high school student, I would walk home from school, and cars would follow me and call me a terrorist as they passed. Not the safest feeling. I've been verbally and physically assaulted, and the trauma leaves me very sensitive, very anxious, very paranoid. Any aggression I see in public, my body fills with terror. I feel like a weapon will be pulled. I feel like my life is always in danger. I am hyper aware of hatred that comes from all corners of who I am. I am hated as a woman, as a person of color, as a queer person, and now as a disabled person. My mom wept and panicked at the headlines, pleading with me to never attend another Pride, to never go to another gay bar, to never take my sister there. My sister and I are both disabled. She wept knowing that if we were in the middle of an attack, it's not likely that we would survive. If anyone has a reaffirming response to that, lessons I don't know, words of encouragement, I'll gladly take it. Everyone is always trying to tell disabled people that we are incapable of survival, and I never know how to respond to that. Again, disabilities are so diverse. We don't all have the same obstacles. I am physically ill, therefore my ability to move around on my own, well, I can't. I need aids, and without them, I can't get very far. My sister is autistic and has a severe anxiety disorder, unable to keep quiet or still under pressure, and it's really tough not to feel so hopeless when I'm thinking about our ability to escape situations like that with our lives. That we have less of a chance than the abled. God. I don't understand why they hate us so much. I hate feeling like I make a video without any answers, without anything to put on the table. What I could put on the table is just my mixed up, lost pain that I feel with the hatred that there is for me in these identities. So, thank you for listening.